Hey guys, and welcome back to my Out of the Park Baseball 21 series with the Chicago Cubs. This is episode 11, and as I said at the end of the last episode, I played through August, so we are at roster expansion. So what we're gonna do tonight or today, I guess depending on where you are, we're gonna choose our roster call ups. Can only call up a couple players, so it's not going to take that much time. We will do a quick recap of the team, where we stand. We will sim through the end of the season. We'll take a quick look at the playoff teams. We'll look at their main pages and look for anything that stands out. We will then sim ahead to our first elimination game, either our elimination or our opposition's, and we'll play that game, and then we'll call it an episode. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. We are 86 and 53, 8.5 games up on the Brewers. We had a very good month of August, where we went 17 and 8 to expand that lead. And we'll just sort of have to see how it goes. So let's take a look and see if there's anybody that we want to call up. We should note that it's not where I wanted to go. Let's go back to the homepage here real quick. You can see that Estevan Florial went down with a torn bicep, which left us weak in the outfield since we moved Happ to second. So what we did is we signed former Dodger utility man Chris Taylor. You can see Taylor can play 6 different positions, and so far so good. 16 games, couple of home runs, 10 RBIs, batting .295, 826 OPS, starting in left field. So filling in nicely for Florial, and he will be eligible for the postseason roster as well. So let's just take a look quickly at the team and see where they stand through the end of the month. Bryant and Happ carrying us, both with WARs of about 4.5. Bryant, 28 home runs, 83 RBIs. Average is a little light this year, but his OPS is pretty solid, and as always, he's playing good defense. Ian Happ, making it very hard for me to consider moving him this offseason, posting a 918 OPS, 300, 400, 500 hitter, so can't beat that. Javi Baez continues to do it with his power and glove. Averages, if he can hit 250 for us, I'll take it. Taylor Trammell starting to pick it up a little bit lately. He's got an OPS of almost 800, 23 doubles, 6 triples, 12 home runs, almost 60 walks. So really solid rookie season there. Adam Hazley having a really nice second season, 750 OPS, 2.1 more, providing some pop. Josh Bell hasn't really done a whole lot since we brought him on board. 1 home run, 13 RBIs, getting on base at a decent clip, 37%, but otherwise below average thus far. Miguel Amaya, average is starting to plummet a little, which is a little concerning going into the postseason, but is still just a rookie, and the numbers haven't really changed since the beginning of the year, which is a little concerning. But we'll see how he continues to develop, and then you can see the rest of offense here. Marwin Gonzalez doing a pretty good job, but that's about it off the bench. So that's going to be a sore spot this offseason, is shoring up that bench a little. Pitching, Davy Garcia continues to lead us in WAR in that stopper role, giving up only 49 hits in 88 innings while striking out 149. Limiting opponents to a 158 batting average, 15.2 strikeouts per 9. He's been a rock in our bullpen. Chris Sale, worth almost 3 WAR so far, 9 and 7. That whip has just crept over 1, but 1.01 out of a starter, I'll take it. Still striking out more than a batter an inning. So it looks like he is going to make it through this season, but you can see his stuff is continuing to drop. I think next year we're going to have a very expensive long reliever in our pen. Sonny Gray, up to 6 wins on the year. He started the season 0-8, so for him to be 6-10 right now, I'll take it. Still providing 2.5 WAR, even though he's 6-10. Shane Bieber, since we brought him over from the Indians, is 4-4 with a 4.12 ERA. Not bad numbers. Got a whip of under 1, striking out 8.5, only walking 1.6, giving up more home runs than I would like, and that's really kind of what's hurting him. If he can get down to his 2019 and 2020 numbers, I think that will, or his 2019 and 2021 numbers, I guess. He missed most of 2020. that will the CRA will drop. Chris Archer, 10-3, 3.60 ERA, continues to just be solid for what we're getting out of him. Lois Siga, we moved him to the bullpen, and he's been pretty good out of the pen. He has, let's see if these are working. These weren't working in the last episode. Yeah, they are. So you can see his last start was here. 4 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings. Moved him to the pen, and he's got 4 2/3, 5. He's 6 innings, 4 hits, and 10. What is that? 9, 10, 12 strikeouts in 6 innings out of the pen. So his stuff is definitely playing up in the bullpen. As you can see, it's bumped up to an 88 with a potential of 96. So out of the bullpen, he is a beast. Eduardo Rodriguez, 11-5. ERA is a bit high, but still a 2-win player. Caleb Ferguson doing a nice job in his first season as a closer, 81 strikeouts in 55 innings. Dellin Betances, 102 strikeouts in 55 innings, 16.6 strikeouts per 9. So you can see some pretty crazy strikeout numbers by our pitching staff this year, and I believe we are first in strikeouts. Yeah, 1,500 strikeouts so far this year. So we are mowing them down, as they say. So let's call up a couple players here. We can call up 2. I'm thinking a pitcher, and then a bat. We'll probably just call up Wyatt Short. Give us another bullpen arm. I don't want to call up any of these guys, Gonzalez, Davis, or Naylor. I want them to finish the season in AAA. Davis is ripping apart AAA, as you can see. 289, 355, 515, a 3-win player, 36 doubles in 106 games. So he will be up next year. And I switched him over to center, hoping that he can get a little playing time there towards the end of the season, and that will help develop him there. So if we're going to call up another bat, is there not really anybody here that I'd want to call up? So maybe we do just call up another arm. Oh, wow, Arano's out again. Okay, well, he's pretty much done, so he'll be a non-tender option in the offseason. Let's see, who do we call up? Michael Kirian, we just moved up to AAA, so we're not going to call him up yet. I'm expecting him up next year, at least out of the bullpen. Maybe we just call up Naylor as a third catcher just to be safe. Call up Gonzalez. We are kind of short in the... Well, not really. We've got Gonzalez and Taylor who can... Yeah, let's call up Naylor. That will just make Naylor our... That slides him in as our backup. Okay, that's fine. I will take it. Let's go over here. We're going to make Alzolay the long relief. We're going to make him a specialist. First left-handers. Lois Siga. Long man. All right, we'll go with that. So now I'm going to sim through till... Actually, let's just take a look at the standings really quickly so you can see where we are going into the last month. So AL East is pretty much wrapped up. Yankees have got that division locked down. And AL Central is pretty close. White Sox, Indians, Tigers all within 2.5. The Twins only 4 back. And the AL West, Angels lead by 2 over the Astros and 2.5 over the A's. So both the AL Central and West are tight. AL East, Braves have the 5.5 game lead over the Mets. And then us and the Dodgers are in pretty good shape there. So we will sim ahead. And I will see you guys again at the end of the season. Be right back. All right, guys, we are at September 23rd. The season is not quite over yet. We have 3 games left, but we have already clinched the NL Central. That's not why I'm bringing us back. We're we're just going to sim a day at a time. The reason I want to sim these last few games a day at a time is take a look at what's going on over here in the AL Central. A three-way tie between the Tigers, the White Sox, and the Twins, with the Indians only one game back. So pretty crazy end of the season going on in the American League Central. So let's go ahead and sim forward a day at a time and see what happens. Eventually, my computer's been acting up a little bit today. All right, I don't care that Ben Taylor is retiring. That's fine. Let's take a look now. All right, so the Indians are now 2 games out. They lost. The Tigers lost. They've lost 3 in a row. The White Sox and the Twins tied for first place with 2 games left. Let's take a look at the White Sox schedule and see who they're playing. Oh, they're actually playing the Indians the final 2 games of the season. The Twins are playing the Tigers. All right, so Twins and the Tigers, White Sox and the Indians. So let's go ahead and sim ahead again. Hopefully it won't take 45 seconds like it just did. Nope. Okay. I have to move Corey Abbott off of, put him on a rehab assignment. I can't because they're going to make. All right. It's going to do this every day. Sorry, guys. Oh, so the Twins have won 4 games in a row to move 1 game up on the White Sox. Last game of the season, the White Sox are playing the Indians. The Twins are playing the Tigers. And let's see if it goes to 163 in the AL Central. And of course, I'm going to get a message and I'm going to have to kick back and just happened. Why didn't it play the game? All right, I'm confused. Anyway, let's sim ahead and see what happens now. This is thrilling gameplay, I know. There we go. It's thinking. All right. So it looked like the Twins won and knocked the White Sox out. Yeah, White Sox lost their last 2 games of the season, finished it up 80-82. The Twins will go to the postseason with an 81-81 mark. So not exactly a stellar season for the Twins, but all you got to do is get in, right? Get into the postseason, and who knows what will happen. All right, so let's take a look at the Cubs. And who did they kick out of my lineup there? They kicked out Amaya for some reason. So we got to stick him back in the lineup. Oh, no, they didn't. They kicked out Bo Naylor. Where did they pull him off of? Okay. I don't like it when OOTP does this. It wants to put Naylor on the playoff roster. Yeah. And leave Amaya off, which isn't going to happen. And I'll show you why it wants to do that in just a second. So, all right, let's take a look here. Actually, here, I'll show you guys really quickly. So if we go to, sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place here a little bit. Let's take a look at Bo Naylor. So Bo Naylor, we called him up at the beginning of September, and all he did in September was hit .412 with a home run and 6 RBIs. If you look at his big league debut, and the game log's all jacked up again. All right, well, anyway, in his big league debut. He went 4 for 5 with a home run and 4 runs knocked in. So that is why it wants him in there in place of Amaya, but that's not going to happen. So, all right. That being said, let's take a look at our lineups. So Chris Bryant ends the season 5.9 WAR player, 35 home runs, 107 runs back knocked in. A nice follow-up season to his campaign last year. OBP is down a little bit, slugging was down a little bit, but he got off to such a hot start last year that's not a surprise. Ian Happ, 4.8 WAR, another great season. If not shorted a little bit by injury. 19 home runs, 57 RBIs, walked 80 times, good for a 410 on-base percentage out of the leadoff hole. This is exactly what I wanted out of him. But, of course, now he's, in the postseason, he's probably going to be asking for, $13 to $15 million. And I don't know, while he might be worth it, I don't know if I want to pay that with what we have coming up. Javi Baez ended up actually having a great season, 255, 33 home runs, 121 RBIs, good for second in the National League. I forgot to note, Chris Bryant was hit by 35 pitches this year, so that obviously helped his on-base percentage to that 381 mark, but it's not if you do it, it's how you do it. Adam Hazley followed up his rookie campaign with another good 3-WAR season, 289, 343, 429, a lot of extra base hits. Taylor Trammell, really solid rookie season, almost an 800 OPS, led the team in steals, 13 home runs, 8 triples, 29 doubles. He's going to be a rock out in right field for us going forward. So really happy with that deal. Josh Bell came over from the Pirates at the trade deadline and picked it up really in September. Ended up hitting 290, 396, 430, and 827 OPS, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs in 52 games. So I'm glad we have him as that as that additional bat in the lineup going into the postseason. Miguel Amaya ended up hitting 230 with 11 home runs and 52 RBIs as a rookie. Good rookie numbers, 1.9 WAR. And played pretty good defense throughout 35% of would-be base stealers. So I will take it. Marwin Gonzalez did what you would expect. Played multiple different positions, and you can see ended up playing first, second, third, short, left, and right for us, and played them all either average or just below average, and that's fine. Chris Taylor came on. Like I said, we signed him in August, and he played really well for us. 768 OPS, half a WAR in just 38 games. And then you can see the rest of the lineup. This could be the end of the road for Clint Frazier. I was honestly expecting more out of him this year, especially where he was only going to be batting, really playing against lefties. He, the slugging percentage is there, but the power was down. The average was down. And he's not a great fielder. So take a look at the pitching staff, and we were led by a reliever. Davey Garcia finished up one of the best, I think, relief seasons in a long time. 9-5 with a 3.35 ERA, but that doesn't really paint the picture. Only gave up 58 hits in 102 innings, struck out 174 batters out of the bullpen. We had him in that stopper role, and he was just a beast. Struck out 15.4 per 9. Walks were a little high, but that's fine. Sonny Gray finished his first season with us 8-11. Numbers, I mean, his wins and losses were just okay, but his peripherals were all really good. His walks were a tad high, but everything else was fine. So I will take it. Chris Archer, 12-6 in his second season, making him 28-12 in 2 seasons with the Cubs. So a really solid acquisition, and we have him locked up for one more year at $8 million. Shane Bieber came on and kind of struggled with us as 5-6 with a 5.25 ERA. Walks, again, the walks were a problem. I mean, you can see his walks per 9 led the American League in 2021. Led the American League in 2019. He's always been a control pitcher, and those were a bit high this when he came over to us, and that affected his overall numbers. Chris Sale struggled a bit down the stretch, but 9-8, 3.81. Only pitched really under 5 innings a start, so he is going to be a reliever next year. In fact, we might take him out of the rotation and stick him in the bullpen in the postseason, what does his... Yeah, even that doesn't improve his stuff very much, but we may stick him in the bullpen. Ended up striking out more than a batter an inning, 2.7 WAR, but he's on his way out, unfortunately. Eduardo Rodriguez, 15-6. ERA was a bit high, but you can't complain when this is your fifth starter. Caleb Ferguson, really solid year as our closer, 34 saves. And something interesting, the guy we traded him for, Julio Urias, for some reason the Dodgers tried to send him down to the minors midway through the season. He was 4-7 with a 2.99 ERA, struck out 124 in 102 innings. They tried to send him to the minors, and he was claimed by Pittsburgh. So he is no longer on the Dodgers. So the Dodgers essentially gave us Caleb Ferguson, which, not my problem. And he's only getting better. Rest of the bullpen, Lois Siga. Again, I mean, his numbers played up in the bullpen. He was pretty good in the pen this year. A lot of strikeouts. Really, everybody on my team struck out a lot of batters. Betances struck out 115 in 64 innings. Kyle Wright struck out 113 in 91. Seth Lugo, his numbers were down a little bit compared to last year, but he was still solid. Matt Barnes, he's turning into a back of the bullpen guy, and for $6 million next year and the year after, this may be a contract we look to move in the offseason, as we can probably get cheaper. So that is where the Cubs ended up. So let's take a look at the division leaders and the wildcard teams for each league. We'll just look at their main pages really quickly. We'll look at the league leaders, and then we will sim up and we'll play a game, and that'll be the episode. Sorry, got my cup of coffee here. It's the New York Yankees, 162 on the year. Again, they do it with home runs, 329 home runs. Giancarlo Stanton, 55 home runs. Gleyber Torres hit 47 home runs in just 138 games. Aaron Judge with 47. Mike Ford, 32. Gary Sanchez, 34. Johan Camargo, over from Atlanta, hit 21 home runs. Tetsudo Yamada, who is always plays really well when he comes over, but I always have a difficult time signing him to a contract that he's looking for. Hit almost 40 home runs out of the leadoff hole. Something interesting, Yu Darvish, pitcher we traded to the Yankees in season 1, has been injured every single year. You can see we traded him here in 2020. He was injured almost right away, pitched 10 games, only pitched 11 games last year, and only pitched 12 this year. So we dodged a bullet with that deal there, and it's still looking good. That deal, and then the deal for Kyle Hendricks. Although Hendricks had a really solid year for the Yankees this year, 15-8. But the players we have coming up, I will happily take. So there are the Yankees, who are led by Jake Odorizzi, 17 wins. Garrett Cole with 15. Tampa Bay Rays made it as the wild card, and pretty spread out offensively. But they were no doubt led by Wander Franco, 21-year-old phenom, AL leading, 9.9 WAR, 341 batting average, 210 hits, 21 years old. And he's going to be an animal for the next decade for the Rays. Austin Meadows, former Pirate, had a really solid season. Some low averages in here. Former Cub great Salvador Perez continues to hit for average, this time down in Tampa. Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Brendan McKay will be their 3 starters in the postseason. That's a pretty formidable top 3 in your rotation there. Snell, 223 strikeouts in 194 innings. Glasnow in his 3rd year now with Tampa. You can see that 43-20 in 3 years with Tampa. So pretty solid pickup by the Rays there. That's not where I wanted to go. Minnesota Twins, the 81-81 division winning Minnesota Twins. Pretty good pitching staff. You can see starters 6th best ERA, bullpen 3rd. Really struggled offensively. Miguel Sano all the way down to a buck 77. Only played in 136 games, struck out 229 times. Royce Lewis, their rookie, had a pretty solid rookie campaign, but they really struggle with the bat. Guillermo Heredia over to Minnesota only hit 240 this year. Barrios, Thorpe, and Brent Suter will be their three starters. Kenta Maeda and Vince Velasquez are hurt, so they are a little short-handed going into the postseason, but they are in the postseason nonetheless. And when you get there, everybody's got a shot. And in the AL West, the Los Angeles Angels, led by Trout and Ohtani. See, Mike Trout, the average is a little light, but still 48 home runs, 111 RBIs. Ohtani, 295, 28 home runs, and also led the team in wins with 13. They're the opposite. They did it with the bat. Third and runs scored, struggled on the mound. So they have a pretty formidable lineup here. A little bit older, on the older side, with Upton and Murphy in there, and Anthony Rendon is getting up there in age, but still have some pop in their lineup and can cause some trouble. And then the other wild card team in the American League, the Oakland Athletics. The A's always seem to make trouble here. And something interesting. So we traded Khalil Lee as part of the trade with the Indians for Bieber, and the Indians waived him. They tried to get him down to the minors, and he was claimed by Oakland and put up some good power, struck out a ton. I don't think he's ever going to be more than a bit player because his contact is still just didn't develop, but could be a pretty decent power corner outfielder, and he's batting leadoff for Oakland right now as they go into the postseason. And again, the corner bats of the Mats, Matt Olson and Matt Chapman, are carrying this team offensively. Although they did get 30 home runs out of their 9-hole hitter. And even more amazing is they lost the reigning AL Cy Young Award winner, Jesus Luzardo, after only 12 games to a torn labrum, and they still made the postseason. So it's a tribute to the A's. Dalton Jeffries, Andrew Heaney, and Tanner Roark will be their starters in the postseason. Go over to the National League. Look at the Atlanta Braves. And, we've been talking about the Braves for 2 full seasons now, but their offense is maybe not as good as it was last season, but still 1 through 6 as good as you're going to find in baseball. 3 players with 100 RBIs. Ozzy Albies added 31 home runs and 80 RBIs himself. They have some injury issues. Mike Soroka will be back in time for the postseason, but Max Fried and Mike Wojtanowicz are both out for the year, so they're going to probably run with Soroka, Wilson, and Anderson. So their pitching staff is not nearly as good as it was last year, although the numbers still show that they're pretty solid. So they are still the team to beat, as they are the defending National League champs. Wildcard team, the New York Mets, made the 2022 postseason, led by Pete Alonso, who's just another player who just rakes in this game. 3 straight years of 40 home runs, 4 straight years of at least 40 home runs. Average is a little low, but you can pencil him in for a 900 OPS and just get on with your day. So Pete Alonso carries that lineup. Excuse me. Max Scherzer came on really strong. He started the season, I think it was 0-5, 0-6. So he pitched really well towards the end of the season. The strikeout numbers are all but gone, but still showing he's an effective pitcher, if not a thrower anymore. So DeGrom, Syndergaard, and Scherzer are going to give whoever they play in the postseason fits. We've already looked at us, so we'll go over to the NL West, and let's look at the Brewers, because the Brewers made the postseason as well. 90-72, Yelich and Jorge Soler. Soler's bounced around a little bit. Kansas City, Washington, Milwaukee in the last 3 seasons, but 39 home runs, 100 RBIs out of Soler this year. Christian Yelich, 42 home runs, 90 runs knocked in, 900 OPS. Maybe not as good a season as his MVP seasons, but still very solid. Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of power in that lineup. Pitching, Peralta, Woodruff, and Lindblom. Not a great rotation, but when you got Josh Hader at the back, it can sometimes make up for some of those mistakes. Lastly, we will look at the Los Angeles Dodgers, the 97 and 65 Los Angeles Dodgers. And I mean, they hit 300 or 292 home runs as a team. Everybody in their lineup hit at least 18 home runs. Justin Turner only didn't reach 20 because he only played 130 games. Jock Peterson, 36 home runs out of the number 8 hole. Corey Seager had another solid year. Gavin Lux had another good year. Cody Bellinger's probably going to win his 4th straight MVP. He finished the year with almost 10 WAR, 1,100 OPS. Still didn't crack 100 RBIs. It's really bizarre the number of home runs he hits, and he doesn't drive in more runs. If I were running the Dodgers, you'd have a higher batting eye guy at the top, and Bellinger would be hitting 3rd. Maybe Lux would probably bat in that 2 hole. Yeah, that 390 on base percentage. Anyway, I'm not running them, so I don't care. Buehler, Gratterall, and Price with Kimbrel backing up their pen. Another solid season by Craig. So those are our postseason teams. Let's take a look at the stats really quickly. We'll get into that first playoff game. Start with the National League. Juan Soto led the league, 339 average. Eugenio Suarez, 48 home runs, led the league in home runs and RBIs. Javi Baez finished 3rd. J.A. Happ was 5th in on-base percentage. Javi Baez 5th in at-bats. Chris Bryant 7th in WAR. 5th in runs. Aisley and Trammell tied for 4th in triples. Else? Javi Baez Javi Baez 2nd in sac flies. J.A. Happ 7th in win probability. You guys can take a look at this. Pitching leaders in the National League. Logan Webb, San Francisco, 2.75 ERA. Max Fried, 16 wins. Bumgarner, 18 losses. Difficult year for Mad Bum. Caleb Ferguson finished 2nd in saves behind Kelvin McCanna. Logan Webb with 4 complete games. Jacob deGrom and Syndergaard were 1-2 in innings pitched. Jacob deGrom led in strikeouts. deGrom's probably on pace for another Cy Young, even though he only won 13 games. Not a lot of Cubs on this list. That's fine, though. Caleb Ferguson led in save percentage. When he was out there, he was dominant. Davey Garcia tied for the league lead in holds. So, let's look at the American League. American League pitching leaders: Nate Pearson, the 2.88 ERA. Jake Odorizzi with his 17 wins. Corey Kluber picks up the big 2-0, 9-20 on the year for the Red Sox. Garrett Cole led in WAR, innings pitched, and strikeouts. Saves. Where are we in saves? Right here. Chad Green with 34. If we look at the batting leaders in the American League, Wander Franco, Giancarlo Stanton, 55 home runs. Rafael Devers, 138 RBIs. Again, Franco with his 9.9 WAR. Devers leads the league in doubles again. I think that was his 4th straight season leading the league in doubles. Yeah, 54, 51, 56, 53. Sox got to get him some help. You can see everything here. So that is going to do that. So I am going to sim ahead until, actually, may as well let's just do this. let's just sim ahead, shall we? You guys can sim ahead with me as I get comfortable here. I record these at the moment. I record these sitting on my sectional recliner in my basement, but very soon my home office will be remodeled into a podcasting slash recording studio. We're in the process of finishing that up right now. And when that's done, I'm going to go up there. And at that point, I might even consider doing some live streams. So you guys will have to let me know what you think about that. So right now, though, it would look pretty goofy with me just sitting on the couch. So this is what you get. So let's go ahead and sim the playoff today and see who we're going to be facing. The A's and the Rays, the Mets and the Brewers are playing in their wild card matchups, and Tampa Bay beats Oakland. Let's sim the National League wild card game. The Mets. All right, so we're going to be taking on the New York Mets. So let's really quickly go in here, and we're going to go down to a 3-man rotation, and it's going to be Gray, Bieber, and Archer. In that order. So we're going to have Ferguson coming on in the 8th or later now. Garcia coming on in the 7th. Lugo is going to be my other setup guy. Coming in the 6th or later. Betances is going to be set up. I'm going to move Matt Barnes out of that role. We're going to put Matt there. Betances 7th or later. Kyle Wright, normal usage. Sale is going to be a long man as well as a specialist. Eduardo Rodriguez is going to be a middle reliever. Boy, Siga is going to be a middle reliever. I think we're going to go with that. So that's going to have our 4 best relievers in there as much as possible in Ferguson, Garcia, Betances, and Lugo. And that's what we want. So lineups, make sure everything's good here. Happ, Hazley, Bryant, Baez, Trammell, Bell, Taylor, Amaya. That's fine against lefties. We need a catcher because it pulled Amaya out. So I don't want Hayward out there. Taylor can play right? Yep. Chris Taylor's coming in right field. Set up the lineups. All right. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and sim until we have an elimination game on the books. So no, that's not what I wanted to do. Should change it, actually. Should change that to Gray once it gets through today. Yeah. All right. So DeGrom against Sonny Gray. And we lose 1-0. This is going to be the problem. This pitching staff for the Mets is just ridiculous. Sonny Gray got lit up. That's no good. Trammell and Happ homered. Yeah, that's not good. Ugh. Are we going to look at getting swept here? Because now we got Syndergaard against Archer. Okay, series tied at 1. All right, so we won 6-2 in that one. Bell and Bryant both went yard. Happ with a couple of RBIs. Josh Bell, 2-run shot. Bryant, 2-run shot. Chris Archer went 7. Sale came in relief. And Ferguson locked it down. All right, so we've got Bieber against Mats tomorrow. Let's see if Shane can have a good start. He struggled with us after we picked him up at the trade deadline. And we lose 3-2. Alonso and Basabe hit home runs for the Mets. And they didn't pitch badly, 2 runs in 5 innings. Davy Garcia gave up a run late. Gave up a run in the bottom of the eighth. All right, so that means this is the game we will be playing. All right, so let's... Max Scherzer against Sonny Gray, who didn't make it out of the second inning in the last game. All right, let's play this one. So if we win, we will also play the next game, but that won't be until the next episode. We'll leave you guys on a cliffhanger. If we lose, our season's over, and we start the off season next year. Or next episode, I guess, not next year. All right, so Happ, Hazley, Bryant, Baez, Trammell, Bell, Taylor, Amaya, and Gray against Jimenez, Basabe, McNeil, Alonso, Davis, Marsh, Rosario, Sanchez, and Max Scherzer. I want to do anything with my starting pitching. Do I want to give... I think we go... I think we start Eduardo Rodriguez. I don't trust Sonny Gray after his 1 2/3 innings, but we'll keep Sonny Gray in reserve just in case. So, making the call. We'll see if it comes back and burns us. Let's get into some baseball action. What do you say? Hopefully, my computer agrees with me here at some point. Hey, there we go. All right, so here we go. Playing in New York at Citi Field. Ian Happ leading off, hitting 182 in the postseason. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Scherzer to Happ. Inside ball 4, and Happ draws a leadoff walk to start this one off. Now we've got Adam Hazley. He's going to swing away. Grounded to third, over to second, over to first. 5-4-3 double play. Oh, good. Chris Bryant now. It's that one way out to left center field and gone. Chris Bryant gives us a 1-0 lead here. Oops, I didn't mean to click through that, but I did anyway. Chris Bryant with his second home run of the postseason. Javi Baez up now. And pops that one foul. And Sanchez is there, makes the play. We are up 1-0 as the Mets come to bat now. Andre Jimenez, 4-17 in the postseason against Eduardo Rodriguez. Eduardo was 5th in the National League in wins, and Jimenez swings and misses. Strike 3. Sabe now. Grounded too short. Baez up with it across the diamond, and Basabe is retired. Jeff McNeil, the lefty. And strike 3 called. So good first inning for Eduardo. 1-2-3 with a couple of Ks. Taylor Trammell now. 3-0 pitch. Low, ball 4. And let's see. Scherzer is... Bell is a good contact bat. Let's send Trammell. Ground ball back up the middle. Stays out of the double play. Trammell goes down to second. 1 down. Chris Taylor now. Grounded to third. Trammell's not going to go anywhere. 2 down. Runner on second. And Miguel Amaya comes up now. 2-0 pitch. Amaya drills that one out into the gap. It's going to get down. Trammell's going to score. Amaya's going to dig into second, and the Cubs lead 2-0. Interesting decision there with the pitcher up next. They threw one down the middle to Amaya, and he drilled it into the gap. Now Rodriguez will bat for himself. And he hits a fly ball out to center field. Basabe will catch it. Or Marsh, I guess, is playing center for the Mets. 2-0. Good start. A Pete Alonso. 2-pitch. Strike 3. J.D. Davis hitting 154 in the postseason. High fly ball to center field. Hazley settles under it. Can of corn. 2 up, 2 down. 5 in a row down by Rodriguez to start this one up. Brandon Marsh, 333 with a home run and 3 runs knocked in the postseason. Ground ball to Bryant. Bryant across the diamond. Marsh is up and Marsh is down, and that's 6 up, 6 down for Rodriguez here so far. Happ now. Happ walked in his first plate appearance, and he grounds it to the first baseman, Alonso, for the first out. Adam Hazley now, 1-1 pitch from Scherzer. And that one's grounded to second. Over to first, 2 down. Chris Bryant hit a bomb to left center field in the first inning to give the Cubs a 1-0 lead. It's a high fly ball out to right field. Does this one have the distance? Way back, and McNeil catches it at the wall. You try to watch the shadow, and it looked how fast the shadow was moving. I thought it had a shot. All right, we're still up 2-0, though. Ahmed Rosario, the shortstop. 1-2 pitch. Grounded to Bryant. Bryant over to first for the out. That left side of my defense is just fantastic. All right. Ali Sanchez. We're going to pitch to him. He strikes out on 3 pitches. Here comes Scherzer now. And he strikes out, and that is 5 strikeouts for Eduardo Rodriguez through 3 innings. Avi Baez now. Ground ball to second, over to first, 1 down. Taylor Trammell up. Taylor drills that one into the right field corner. That one's going to get down and roll all the way to the wall. Trailer rounds first, on his way to second, and he slides in with a 1-out double. Trammell crushed that one down into the right field corner. 1-out double for Trammell. Josh Bell up now. Bell with a 3-0 count. Ball is outside. He'll take first. Doesn't look like they wanted to take any chances with Bell there at all. Here comes Taylor now. Full count. That one's going to be inside. Ball 4. Miguel Amaya can do some damage here. He had an RBI double his first time up. Comes up with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 3-2 pitch. Grounded to short. Over to second. Over to first. Double play. So opportunity wasted by the Cubs. 3.5 in the books. Cubs lead 2-0. Jimenez up now. And he hits a slow grounder. He's going to beat that one out for an infield hit. Rodriguez got off the mound a little slowly. First hit of the game for the Mets is a leadoff hit in the 4th. And Basabe is up now. He hits a fly ball out to center field. Hazley's going to settle under it. Make the catch for the out. Jeff McNeil. 0-1 pitch from Rodriguez to McNeil is grounded to Bryant. Over to second. Around the horn. 5-4-3 double play. 4 complete. 2-0 Cubs. Rodriguez comes to bat. He flew out in the first. And he swings and misses, and he is going to reach on the wild pitch. Good hustle by Rodriguez down the first baseline. Happ up now. And Happ sends that one out to right center field. Marsh is going to get there, though, and make the catch. 1 out. Hazley up. 1-2 pitch to the center fielder. Looks at it, strike 3. Second strikeout for Max Scherzer. 2 outs, runner on first. Chris Bryant is the batter. He homered in the first. Swings and misses there, and Scherzer gets him. Got a good pitcher's duel here. 2-0 Cubs going into the bottom of the 5th. Pete Alonso now. Rodriguez rocks and fires. Ground ball to second. Happ over to first. And Alonso is down. 1 up, 1 down. J.D. Davis now. Swings at the first offering. Grounds it to Baez at short. Baez across the diamond. Out number 2. And Marsh now. Marsh count full. It's a pop-up out into left field. Taylor's there, makes the catch, and Rodriguez gets through 5, only giving up 1 hit so far. Baez now. 3-2 pitch to Javi. Check swing, ball 4. Scherzer's walked 5 in this one, and Javi Baez draws a walk. Going to send Baez here. And he decides to hold. Going to send him again. Here comes the throw, and Baez is dead meat. Oh well, tried to get somebody into scoring position with nobody out. Let's see how Trammell responds here. Grounds it to first. Alonso steps on the bag. 2 down. Just like that, nobody on and 2 outs now for Josh Bell. Bell loops that one over the third baseman's head for a base hit. There's Taylor now. Taylor off the end of the bat. Alonso has it, underhands it to Scherzer. And Taylor beats it out as Alonso was slow to get that ball over to Scherzer. So 2 on, 2 outs for Miguel Amaya. 1-2 pitch to Amaya is blooped into left field. Is that one going to get down? No. Catch is going to be made by Rosario. And after 5.5, still 2-0. Rosario comes to bat now against Rodriguez. Struck out 5, struck out 6 through 5 1/3 innings now. Sanchez takes the 2-0 pitch from Rodriguez, hits it to Baez at short. Baez across the diamond, 2 up, 2 down. Going to let Scherzer bat for himself here. Nope, Brandon Nimmo. Going to go lefty against lefty here. That one's hit out into right field. No, it's a pop-up on the infield. Happ catches it for the out. So Rodriguez has given up 1 hit through 6. He's been really good. How many pitches has he thrown? 66. He's fine. Matt Strahm in for the Mets. Swung on and missed by Rodriguez. Strahm on the year 2-2 with a 3.94 ERA, 35 strikeouts in 32 innings. He's a lefty. Happ with a 2-1 pitch. Happ lines it back up the box into center field for a base hit. 1 out base runner here for the Cubs. Adam Hazley now, lefty on lefty matchup. Hazley sends that one out to center field, and the catch is made by Marsh. Chris Bryant now with a man on. Ground ball into the hole, and Rosario goes the short way over to second, so still 2-0. Jimenez up now for the Mets. He hits that one on a line to the first baseman, Bell, who steps on the bag for the first out. What happened? Oh, are you kidding? Damn it. All right. So where do we go from here? We're in this. I just need somebody to get me through inning. Maybe. What do they have coming up? Switch lefty, righty, righty. All right. So let's Let's get a lefty up. Oh, because my only lefty's Ferguson. Do I bring in Sale? Yeah, we bring in Sale. Out of the pen. Where's Sale? Just like in 2018 here, Chris. Let's go. Against Basabi, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. I am, however, going to do this. I want to stall a little bit because I don't want Sale facing Alonso if it comes to that. So let's... They don't have a visit mound. Yeah, they do. Here. I'm going to delay here a little bit. All right, so Sale is going to pitch to McNeil. He hits him. Crap. Betances is warming. All right, let's throw over to first. Oh, Sale got him. He picked McNeil off. I wasn't expecting that. Perfect. We still lead 2-0. Here comes Javi Baez. Baez hits that one out to right field. And that one is gone. God, couldn't follow the ball there, but Baez hit that one oppo, right center field. Cubs lead 3-0. Nice. Taylor Trammell comes up now. 1-2 pitch to Trammell. Ground ball in the infield. 4-3 put out. 1 down. Josh Bell up now. Bell has a base hit. It's this one out to left center field, and that one's going to get out. Josh Bell. Solo home run, 4-0. 3 solo home runs for the Cubs today. There's Taylor now. It's that one out to center field. Marsh lays out and makes a beautiful catch. I am going to, at this point, get Ferguson up because I'm not taking any chances. Betances is going to come on, and if he gets into any sort of trouble, Ferguson is going to come in, and he's going to try to finish this one up. Miguel Amaya. Ground ball in the infield. And he's out. The Cubs pick up 2 more. They lead 4-0. All right, so, but I guess I don't need to. This is the old school OOTP player in me coming in. I forget that you can do that from this screen now, but here comes Dylan Betances against Pete Alonso. 0-2 pitch from Betances. Swung on and missed. Betances struck out 15 batters per 9 innings this year. 3-2 pitch to J.D. Davis. Swung on and missed. And Marsh up now. He's 0 for 2. Ground ball to Baez. Oh, and Baez boots it. So life in the Mets here in the 8th. Rosario now. 1-2 pitch from Betances. Swung on and missed, and Betances strikes out the side. All right, so they still have Strom out there. Okay, so we're going to come with Marwin Gonzalez. Three-two offering to the utility guy. Get out into right field. It's going to be caught over the shoulder by Jimenez. 1 up, 1 down. Tyler Chatwood, the former Cub, is checked in now against Ian Happ. 0-2 pitch. Happ swung on and missed. Strike 3. Adam Hazley, 0-2 pitch. It's that one out to... It's a little blooper, and that's going to be caught by Alonso. Go to the bottom of the 9th, and the Cubs trying to close this one down. They lead 4-0, and Ferguson's tired, so I probably should have sat him and then brought him back up, but it is what it is. So we got 8, 9, and 1 against the Cubs rookie closer. Ali Sanchez hits that one, and Taylor makes a diving catch out in left field. So, inauspicious beginning, or an auspicious beginning, I guess, to Caleb Ferguson. Brett Beatty comes on to pinch hit. Again, lefty on lefty. Ferguson's 2-2 pitch. Driven out to right field. That one is going to be run down out there by Trammell. 2 up, 2 down. Mets are down to their last at bat. And that's Andre Jimenez, who has the only hit of the game. An infield single is the only hit for the Mets here in this ball game so far. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, ball game. So it is now tied at 2. Game 5 will be 2 days from now in Chicago. Let's take a look at the box score, and then we'll call it an episode. So yeah, Jimenez with the only New York hit in I think it was the 4th inning. Solo home runs by Bryant, Baez, and Bell. RBI double by Amaya. Eduardo Rodriguez, 6 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts. Bullpen was perfect, 2 2/3, 5 strikeouts. I coached it perfectly. I got a little lucky with the pickoff at second, but I will take it. So overall, really good game for our guys. Hopefully it's nothing serious to Eduardo. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So let's go ahead and finish today. Let's see what that Game 5 matchup is going to look like. And whoever wins is going to be taking on the Dodgers as they swept the Braves. So it's going to be Jacob deGrom against Sonny Gray. So a repeat of Game 1. So that is going to do it. We will play Game 5 tomorrow, and then we will either sim to a elimination game in the championship series, or we will start the offseason, or complete the offseason. I'll probably do the offseason in one episode. I kind of liked the way that worked last time. So, please leave a like, subscribe, leave me your comments. Like I said, I'm hoping to get my studio up and running here in the next couple of weeks. When that happens, I might even, like I said, be able to do a live stream. Let me know your thoughts. So until we talk again, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.